sand, but we still surfing Cowabunga. Reminisce, remember the time, reflected on life when I was younger. I used to get mine, do anything to get my numbers. Cause where I'm from, your pockets power and women love that Hummer. Niggas try to front and make me stunt, you know I'm chopping them up like lumber. You never see me coming, Stevie Wonder.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Shalom, this is Judah J. Let me turn this music down for a second. Turn this music down for a second, 1 second. All right, so this video is entitled Netflix 3-Body Problem Series Review. This is part 2 of the review that I made the other day on this series. Now, yesterday, just as a review, we talked about how this series is basically forecasting or trying to program you to entities that are coming to the earth, to take over mankind. So basically, there is a threat, an outside threat. They're calling them aliens that are coming to take over the mankind. In the video, also in my review, I said that this was basically human possession. So in real time, in our existence, this is a threat from not aliens. There are no aliens. They're fallen angels. They've already been here on earth. They came here on earth when they fell from heaven with their master Satan, when they were kicked out of heaven due to Satan's sin. So a third of the angels fell to earth, and now they are on earth in the second heavens, in the firmament, in the second heavens where we cannot see, and they are basically doing the will of Satan by tormenting mankind, by trying to get mankind to make covenants and agreements with them, so that they would lose their temples, pretty much, where they would be possessed, so that they will lose their temple and not have the opportunity to be able to turn around from the sins that they have committed on the earth. Mankind is now in the season of possession. Your sins will lead you to a place where you could possibly be tormented spiritually and actually receive a reprobate mind, where you cannot actually repent and turn to the Most High God for your salvation through His Son Yahushua Mashiach. So this video, yesterday we talked about how it was all about possession. And there were some scientists that they were doing a certain work, a certain job, and they made a portal. They made a machine that could create a portal to another realm, right? And so this portal was allowing entities from other dimensions to come into our realm. There was a scientist that had come in contact with quote unquote aliens. When she was doing her work, she was sending out a signal by pointing the satellite towards the sun, because as she pointed it towards the sun, it would mean that the communication would come back faster to Earth. So whatever was out there in the universe, if there was some other being that was trying to contact us, it would be faster to point the satellite towards the sun. And once they did that, she was receiving all these messages from these outside beings, right? And they told her, they said, if you respond, because once she sent a message out, and the entity responded, and they said, if you respond, then we will come and we will destroy, we will conquer you. If you respond, we will come and we will conquer you. The woman was, she came from a background where her father had been killed by the government. She was a Chinese lady, and the government had killed her father because I guess he was teaching that there's possibly a God, that God did exist, and that went against their belief system. And so they made him a public spectacle. They put him on the stage, sort of like a Jesus and Barabbas type situation, where the people were all out, hordes of people were all out. The government officials had these criminals on the stage, and they were saying, revealing what these people had done in order to be in that situation. They were saying they did this, they did this. They said, well, they tried to promote God, and they said that science wasn't real. It was all about science. And this man, her father, the scientist's father, he said that there's a possibility that God is real. And so this went against the government. Anyway, so they killed him. This woman had all of these thoughts. She had all of these resentments towards the people, towards the government, because her father had been killed. So, but she was a highly renowned scientist. She was a doctor. She knew a whole bunch about a lot of different things as far in reference to science. And so they were going to actually kill her as well. But they made a deal with her that she would work for them. So instead of her being killed, she was going to now be like put in a prison where in their you know, in their facilities where she would work for them, and she would try to do things in order to make it so that China would lead the race in science and become basically the leader of the world, leader of the free world, right? And so when she was doing her studies inside of this building, this facility, she made contact with demonic entities. She made contact with entities from other realms, and because she was so resentful towards the government, when the enemy came back and said, you know, listen, she saw that, she typed to them, she sent some words to them, and they responded, and they said, if you respond back to us, then we are going to come and we're going to take over. Basically, we're going to conquer you guys. She said, but she said, okay, come. She wrote back. She wrote back to them, and she told them actually to come, because she was so resentful. But when they responded to her, she basically made these entities her god. They said they were going to come, and she felt like she was on their good side. She had some knowledge no one else knew. She could get back at the human race because of what they did to her father, how they destroyed her life. And so now she's told them to come. She said basically she would work for them and help them to accomplish their task, to accomplish their goal. All right. So then yesterday, also on this video, I tried to let you guys see that this is nothing but these videos are made. These videos are made to program us. These videos are made to let us see the plans of the enemy. And the enemy, what the enemy wants to do is to pre-program us so that we will become more accepting of what their agenda is going to be. So their agenda is that they want to take over completely the world, right? Take over the world by the means of with their power being these fallen angels, right? That are already here on earth, but they want the people to be accepting of these fallen angels. And so the way that they make the people accepting of these fallen angels, this is in real time, like on our reality, they try to corrupt the world to such a place where you will say that there is no God, or you'll say that this God that you had learned about, the God of the Bible, is not true. This God of the Bible is actually trying to hold you back. This God of the Bible is your enemy, but they have the answer. They have the solution, right? So when she made contact, they said they were going to come in 400 years. Right. Later on, it was revealed in the series that these entities from this other place were going to come to Earth, and that they will be here in 400 years. Now, that is pause. That is a very telling number, if so to speak. 400 years. We will come and conquer the Earth in 400 years. Now, of course, the scientists thought they would do good for the Earth, because she lost all faith in mankind because of what they did to her father, because of just the pattern and the path this world was going. And she felt like the world was evil. She felt like the mankind had basically fallen, and so she wanted to actually make it better by allowing some entities from outside place to come and take over, and that she would be one of their people that would help them, right, to do this great thing. So anyways, the thing was the number was 400 years until these people would actually show up to Earth. Now, in the Bible, it talks about another 400 years. And on this channel, you know that I always tell you about the true Israelites of the Bible, which are the Negroes scattered to the four corners of the earth, right? That they would be in bondage for 400 years because of the sins of their forefathers. Now, our forefathers, the Negroes scattered to the four corners of the earth, our forefathers sinned against God. And because we sinned against God, how do we sin against God? We start worshiping other gods. We start living as the world. We stop obeying his commandments. We start serving other gods. And so then because of that, in 70 AD, the children of Israel were basically destroyed almost. We were taken out of our homeland, which was Israel and Jerusalem, scattered to the four corners of the earth. But that was because of the judgment of the Most High God against his people, his own people, due to their sin. But he said after, he said Israel would not be forsaken. Israel would at some point be restored to their rightful place as leaders and as rulers and being leaders of this world, being his children, right? His wife. But see, so 400 years was the sentence given to the children of Israel, the Negroes scattered to the four corners of the earth. So now we're all over the earth in bondage, the bottom of the bottom. We get no respect. The world hates us. He says if you are of me, the world will hate you. They hated me, they're going to also hate you. So that's the state of the Negroes scattered to the four corners of the earth. But let's go back to the movie. So in the movie, it was talking about 400 years, and these aliens will come to the earth and try and take over and destroy the world, right? Right. So in the movie, it says that we are ants. They sent a message to mankind. Mankind received the message, which was all over the news and the movie. In the movie, it was all over the news that the aliens had sent a message, right? And they in the sky, you see an eyeball. That's so telling, right? An eyeball stands for the Satan. Satan worshiped the pyramid and all that stuff. The all-foreseeing eye. And it said, "You are ants." Everyone around the world in this movie saw this message popping up on their phones, on their devices, that said, "You are ants." What's an ant? An ant is just some. They actually had a conversation. The scientists were talking to each other, and they said, "Oh, you are ants. We are ants. We're just stupid, dumb, basically weak individuals," right? That's what an ant is. Stupid, dumb, weak individuals, easily destroyed. So that's how they felt about us. So anyways, 400 years. They'll show up in 400 years, and then the destruction will happen. In the Bible, it says that Israel, true Israel, will be in bondage for 400 years. And then after their bondage, the Most High God will send his son back, and he shall save them from the bondage and from all the captivity that they have been experiencing all over the world. Then judgment will come. This movie is actually foreshadowing the judgment of the Most High God and sending his son to this earth to destroy this world for what they've done to his children, and to send them back to before he sends them, and then he's going to send them back, or his children, back to the land, their true land of Israel. This whole thing is about it's about the children of Israel and the meaning and their place in history, their position in God's family, in his eye. We are the apple of his eye, and he's not going to leave us or forsake us because he chose us. So 400 years in the movie is when these aliens will come. But in our real time, 400 years has already been up. The 400 years of bondage has now been up, and it was up in 2019. That's 400 years from the time of when we went into our captivity, the transatlantic slave trade, the Arab slave trade. But to start with the transatlantic slave trade, the Arab slave trade was first, but that transatlantic slave trade back in 1619 was when all the children of Israel, the Negroes scattered to the four corners of the earth, were scattered all around the world to a place that their fathers had not known. So that was the time when the time clock started, was 1619. Now 400 years later was 2019, right? So that 400 years, after that 400 years was up in 2019, that's when now you see the world changing in a drastic, dramatic, rapid fashion as it is. The manner of evil has and the speed of which the evil is spread around the world is just absolutely amazing. How fast it is spread since 2019. So that 400 years in our reality is already up. So this movie is trying to tell you that when the 400 years is up, now the judgment of the world will start. In the movie, it's saying it's going to take the aliens 400 years to come, and then the judgment, so they will take over the world, conquer the world, try to destroy the world, all these things, right? But see, in reality, the 400 years is already up. So that's why you are seeing all of the evil in the world now just ramping up the way it has. It's because the 400 years is up, and the children of Israel are now being basically released from the bondage, have been released from the bondage and from the curse that the Most High God put on his own people. It was amazing. to see in the movie how this whole thing, I was waiting to look for little clues to see how it was going to reference the Bible. I was waiting to see how this movie would reference the Bible in some way. And they always do it. They're always making references, backdoor references to children of Israel in all of their movies. They're always giving us little clues to tell you that it's all about the children of Israel. They're always trying to tell you in these movies that everything that they're believing to happen, everything is leading towards this battle that they're going to have, mankind is going to have with the God of the children of Israel, right? The Most High God, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the name of his son Yahushua HaMashiach. They're always leading you to that place, but a lot of times people can't see it. So this movie is saying that in 400 years they're coming, destruction will happen, but in reality, 400 years is already up. That's why you're seeing the world change the way it is. There's about to be destruction. There are these entities, which are the fallen angels, are getting ready to reveal themselves on a mass, worldwide, global manner, right? And the movie's just forecasting them. They're about to reveal themselves. And now the end times is just, we're already in the end times, but now it's about to ramp up. You might see now the trumpets that they were talking about, the trumpets that are going to be blown to usher in all of these new destructions on the earth. The vials being poured on the earth that's going to usher in all the destruction, the new destruction that's coming to this earth, because time is wrapping up. This age that we live in, the thing that the system, this global system, the people that you see in power, it's all wrapping up. They're getting ready to lose their power. Now, who knows how long the end days are? We could be we are in the end days, but how far into the end days are we is what a lot of us want to know, right? So we look for different signs and different clues in the Bible from the Most High God's word, and we look around and we look at the world and we say, okay, we're really getting close to the time where Christ will return. This movie is just showing you that those that are ruling the world, those which are the wicked, because the Bible said in the last days, the wicked shall rule the earth. It's just showing you that they are on the same mindset of knowing that there's something coming. There's something coming that is getting ready to change it all, to destroy everything that they have done. And now in the movie, there's also a part that talks about how they're trying to escape. They're trying to escape this earth because there is a looming danger that is coming to the earth. The Most High God says that he will destroy this earth by fire. Last time when the Most High God destroyed the earth, it was by a flood. But he had put the rainbow in the sky in the time of Noah, the antediluvian age, right? Because of all the wickedness. He said, I'm going to destroy the earth. And so Noah built the ark, and he had the flood, which destroyed all of mankind. Now, of course, there was only 8 people that remained. Noah, his 3 sons, and their wives. But then, and the animals that came, that 2 of each kind that came on clean, and some of the unclean clean of each kind that came onto the earth. Now, after that time, he says, I'll never destroy the earth again by a flood. But then in the last days, he says he will destroy the earth by fire. In all of these little wicked, satanic, Illuminati videos, they're always showing the earth being destroyed by fire. Every single time. I remember there was a movie called The Knowing. It was called Knowing. I think it had Nicolas Cage in it. It was back in maybe 10, 12 years ago. And it was the earth was destroyed by fire. There was this looming danger that was coming, and the earth was about to be destroyed by fire, and it was destroyed by fire. Every other video that you see when it comes to these sci-fi type of correlations to the Bible, where it's telling you something that's like referencing the Bible, you feel it, you know it, you're like, oh, that references the Bible. It's always the earth being destroyed by fire. So what they're trying to tell you is that they're making acknowledgement that God will destroy this earth by fire. And that these people, also in these movies, they always have these people, these leaders, these people in high rank and high stature. They're always trying to leave the earth. They're always trying to leave the earth, and you don't really know why. They're always trying to get on some space shuttle, and they're always trying to create some sort of home in outside in the universe, right? Outside, where they can escape. What they're trying to do is tell you they're trying to escape judgment, because they know what is coming. They know that the hand of God is going to come against them for the evil and the wickedness that they've done to his earth, and also first and foremost to his people. 400 years. Go watch the movie. It's a series on Netflix. three-body problem. It talks about how he is going to judge, the Most High God is going to judge this world in 400 years. That is the overarching message. That's the overarching message because of what they have done to his people. So you have all of these different thoughts and opinions that will come out about this video, about this movie, about this series, sorry. And it'll be all these different ideas of, oh, it's just a sci-fi video. It's just, it's just talking about some fictional type of reality that they've created to entertain. No, this is Bible prophecy. The enemies know their time is up. The enemies know that they have, and Satan, which is your enemy, knows he has but a short time. And in his short time, he's going to do everything he can possible to convince you that the Most High God is not the Most High God, that the Christ that you have read about in the Bible is not the true Christ. There will be, like I made a video the other day, there will be a second Jesus or a second Christ, a second Yahusha, right? That comes on this earth, right? He will be posing as the Savior. In the Bible, it says that when they say Christ is over there, Christ is over there, Christ is over there, don't go there because that's not Christ. He says, he shall come from the east to the west in the sky. Every eye shall see him. We shall know when the true Christ comes. But this one that they are bringing, that's going to enter the world scene, right? He is no Christ. He is someone that is the son of Satan. He is possessed by Satan. He will follow the ways and do the edicts of Satan. He will promote Satan. Do as you will is the whole of their whole law. This one is coming to the earth soon, right? Now, this series is not over yet. This series is just in the first season. It may not even make any other seasons because the series is so expensive to make. I just read online. I was wondering if they're going to have a second season. And they said, well, there are 3 books in this series, in the three-body problem. And it's one of the, it's like high grossing, the author has won many awards for this series, for his writing, right? But they said because it's such an expensive series to make, they may not even make part 2 or 3 unless the people watch it, unless they really clamor for it. But I guess it hasn't been doing as great as it should. But it's still, like right now, it just came out and they're trying to really promote it and push it. But the thing is later in this series, I guarantee you, because of the foundation of this film, which is saying there's going to be some entities from the outside coming to our earth to basically, now they understand, to take over the world. They're taking the gloves off. They're not even saying anymore in this film that these entities are coming to make the earth better, or they're gonna give us new technologies that makes our lives easier, or they're gonna give us information that we need to know. They're saying they're going to come and destroy us. That's now. They're just, these other sci-fi videos that have these same connotations that talk about these entities coming. They're always gonna come to do something positive. It may go south later, but the initial thing is, the idea is that they're coming to help us. Not anymore. In this movie, they're not coming to help us. They're coming to destroy us, which is what is really going to happen. When the fallen angels show up on this earth, they're already on the earth. Let me just say that. They're already on the earth, but they have not revealed themselves to mankind in a way in which you would say, okay, we know that this entity from this other place is here. But later on, and they're programming you to get ready for the time when they make this revealing. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. That's why they've corrupted the earth in the ways in which they've corrupted the earth. That's why that they made the laws in which they've made them. Laws that make no sense to no one. Laws that are just plotting everyone against one another. Laws that are saying do this when you know that thing is wrong, but they make a law to say it's okay. And it's just spreading all over the world, not just in America, which is Babylon, all over the world. You got these same leaders making these laws that are doing nothing to destroy the people, destroy their crops, destroy their environment, their air, destroy their water, right? Taking away jobs, doing things that make no sense. It's all preparing you for the time where the world is so corrupt and people are so destitute and so just overwhelmed by what's going on that they're looking for something to save them. They're looking for something or someone to come and make everything all right again. to let them be able to experience life in a way in which seems normal, which seems okay, right? Just like I speak about a whole bunch of things on this channel. Correlations, just like that whole jab they did 3 years ago. They tried to make us put a bunch of fear in us, saying something was going to hurt us, destroy us possibly. So then they put it all over the news. They had all their actors promoting these things. And so then everybody was scared, and they said, okay, well, I'm gonna make sure I get my jab. I'm gonna make sure my child gets their jab, right? Because of the fear. People did not look for God. They didn't seek God. They didn't trust in God. They were saying, okay, we got to have this thing that makes sure we can be safe. So they took this thing in droves all over the world. And now you have all of these records of people that are perishing now, that are being deleted based off of something happening in their body. Nobody knows what it is. They say this, they say that, but it came from that jab. And we all know it. We all know it. Even some of those that took that thing know it. But the thing is what I'm trying to tell you to get off of that, because I'm not trying to go there. You already know about that. I already made videos about that. I made videos back in 2020 telling people not to take that thing. And I got my channel taken off because of that. But I got it put back on God. Most High God allowed it to happen, but he allowed me to come back. But anyways, it's the same thing. They're trying to program you to believe, to put fear, programming you by putting an idea in your mind that there's something that you need in your life that can only be given by them, not by God, by them. And once you are deceived, like those people in 2020 were, and like people still are now taking that stuff, entities come. When those entities come, they will be accepting of everything that they decide to say, every thing they decide to say. Oh, well, this is what you need. This is the direction you should go. You didn't understand this. You didn't do this. This is what they're preparing you for. Movies and video, a series like this, they will start to ramp up. They will start to make more videos like this, telling you about some pending doom that's coming, but it's going to be more aligned with the Bible now. It's going to be more aligned with the Bible. If you watch this video, this movie, even the characters, they are having correlations to the Bible. One of the main scientists' name was Saul. His name was Saul. Now we know in the Bible, Saul was an Israelite. He was actually chosen by the people to be a king. In this movie, this scientist, and he just so happened to be a black guy, right? He's a Negro, which is who Saul was in the first place. But he was in the movie, this man Saul was chosen by the people to have this position of power that goes above every other position of power on the earth, along with these other three, right? Same correlation to Saul. He was given power by the people to have this position of power in Israel as being their king that went above everyone else's power, right? So now I guess he in this series, he is to collect information. It's like he's like a rogue type of citizen, which everyone knows has a specific job to do a certain thing to help the people in the long term against these entities that are coming. He has a job and no one can stop him, and everyone supports him, right? It's amazing. But you also have those that are of the enemy, because the fallen angels, right? They don't want this in the movie. They don't want this man named Saul to be able to complete his task. They don't want him. So they're going to send their people out to try to destroy Saul, so that he won't be able to collect the information and help the humanity to fight this entity that's coming, right? And that's already there, but they're coming in 400 years, but they're already there. They already have intelligences that are watching everything that these scientists and that the mankind is doing. So mankind at this point in the movie cannot do anything without these entities knowing what they're doing. It's like there's a camera that's in their apartment or in their house or wherever they go. Everywhere they go, these entities know what mankind is doing, right? Does that seem familiar? Targeted individuals. We always talk about how people are watching us. People know they're paying attention to us, tracking everything we're doing, even tracking your thoughts. Now in the movie, it talks about, look, Satan will give you something, he'll give you a little information, but then he'll also deceive you with the information so he'll give you a little truth, fill it with a lot of lie, which breaks it up. Now it's not the truth anymore. So you'll start believing what he's saying to you because it seems like there's a semblance of truth there. But then there's also this lie that's making it completely corrupt. So in the movie, they're telling you that these fallen ones or these entities are coming. And they're even telling you that they can see everything you do. They know where you go. They know everything about you. You're not hiding any secrets from them. But they also say in the movie, oh, but they can't track the mind. So if you think something, they can't actually track what you're thinking. But we know as targeted individuals that they can actually track what you are thinking. You think a certain thought, and then all of a sudden you may walk past one of these individuals that are conduits on this earth that have Satan's spirit in them, like the Matrix, the spirit goes into them. And because they have no connection with Christ, these spirits come in and out of them, and they're able to accomplish their goals or their agendas through these people on the earth that you think are just normal people walking in the earth, like people that look like you. They're going to work, they're doing this, they're doing that, but they're actually conduits for Satan's kingdom. His spirits, his monitoring spirits, familiar spirits comes into these people. They track those and watch those that are not that are those that Satan wants to track because they're not of him. These people that may be serving God, these people that God has his hands on, right? That the people that Satan knows God is trying to lead and work his power through to fulfill his goals. Satan watches these people. In the movie, it talks about how these people, the title that they've been given is called artificers. So they're basically above everybody now. They have a job to collect information and not be bothered by anyone, right? Everybody knows that these people are going to be helping mankind to save mankind from this pending doom, right? But Satan, he's now trying to destroy them because they have this position, because they have this power, right? That's going to go against him in the future, right? They're collecting information to go against the enemy that's coming. And so Satan is trying to destroy this man named Saul, he is the scientist that's been chosen to have this position as being this artificer that's going to accomplish this task. So he's trying to destroy him, target individuals. Does that seem like something that's relating to us? Because they see everything that they watch us, they stalk us with their gang stalkers, right? You don't know why they're doing it. They're trying to torment you. They're trying to lie on you, manipulate you, and turn people against you. And does that seem like familiar to you? They're telling you in this movie about many different things that have to do with real life scenarios on this earth, about the pending doom, the entities from the outside of our reality that are coming, that are nothing but fallen angels that are already here. That because in the last days, it's like they've been activated. They've been activated, and now we're just waiting on that man of sin to come, so that they will reverence. They will bring all of the world together under this umbrella, which is nothing but the Antichrist society. Do as you will. That's the whole law. And then all of a sudden, this one will come and he'll tie it all together. The fallen angels that will reveal themselves, they'll say that he is God. I even made a video that shows you, that said that they will call him Jesus, because Jesus is because Jesus is the name widespread for the Son of God. When I call Christ Yahushua HaMashiach, which is the name that I call him by now, but Jesus is the name that the world calls and acknowledges Christ as being. So the fallen angels will come, like in the movie, the aliens will come, but then they will set up and prop up this one to be the leader over it all, that they will actually bow down to. And they will say that he is the one that you need to follow, and they will support him and his name might be Jesus. I believe his name will be Jesus, because that would be the grandest deception of all, to have this one come doing miracles, bringing down fire from heaven, like the Bible says he shall even bring down fire from heaven, and then having his host, the third of the fallen angels, those of that number, they are coming and supporting him. This movie, Three Body Problem, is doing nothing but forecasting what is soon to come to the earth. And also it's forecasting the 400 years. The 400 years of bondage from the children of Israel, the Negroes scattered to the four corners of the earth, is showing you that at the end of that 400 years is destruction of the earth. Because in 400 years, they're going to come in this series. They're not there yet, as far as like widespread, everybody knows they're there. They're all waiting for them. The world has been given a time frame that 400 years, in 400 years, that they will come and conquer the earth. So everybody's watching and waiting for it. But in reality, in our reality, 400 years is past of the children of Israel's bondage. And then once we are out of our bondage, destruction comes, because Christ, the Most High God, is getting ready to judge the world for what that the world has done to the children of Israel. It's all about the children of Israel. Everything is always about the children of Israel. Satan is completely enamored and possessed and just completely just stuck on the children of Israel. And why? It says in the Bible that the dragon shall chase the woman. The woman is Israel. Israel is the wife of the Most High God. That is his bride. And so we have been scattered. And guess who's been following us, tormenting us, and trying to do evil against us ever since? The dragon, Satan. And so we can't have any rest right now, because our enemy is a lion, a roaring lion, seeking who he may devour. But his main number one target, other than the world, okay, he wants the whole world. Every soul on this earth that Satan gets to go on his side and turn away from God is a badge of honor for him. He only wants to cause pain to the Most High God, because the Most High God, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, he does not want any man or woman to perish. He does not want anyone to fall and perish and have no hope. But see, Satan wants the whole world. He wants to deceive the whole world. He wants that man or woman at the end of their life to close their eyes for the final time and not have that connection with Christ, so that they will be lost, so that they will be with him and experience his judgment in the lake of fire forever. And so he is basically, that's his whole goal, is to deceive the world. But his main number one target are the children of Israel, which are the Negroes scattered to the four corners of the earth, because God is our God. This is our God. We were his inheritance. He says that the children of Israel shall be my inheritance. He gave the other nations, the 70 nations of the earth, their own gods. Every nation, every race of people that you see that have their lineages, they received their own God by the Most High God. He gave them all their own gods. But he says, my children, the children of Israel, the Negroes scattered to the four corners of the earth, the ones that the world are trying to gaslight and deceive the people as to believe that we're not the true children of Israel. He was our God. He is our God forever. And the world knows it, and they hate it. That's why when we fail, and this is the way this channel is. In 70 AD, when we fell and we lost lost Jerusalem, got kicked out of Jerusalem, and we're chased all over the world, right? After that happened, because we were God's children, his leaders, we were supposed to lead the world into trusting in the Most High God and obeying his commandments and being his people. But we fail. We're the ones that said, oh, we want Barabbas and we don't want Christ. It wasn't those that are pale skinned that were in those movies you see where Christ was up on the stage and they had the Roman Pilate. You know, you had all the Romans that were saying, oh, Christ is the people don't want you. Basically, they chose Barabbas. And so they said, what should we do with this one that they call Jesus or for the Christ? And then the people said, crucify him. Who do you think those people were that said crucify him? It was the Negroes that you see now scattered to the four corners of the earth, because we're the true Israelites. And we have now been in judgment because of that for 400 years. Our 400 years started at a long time. See, this is the thing. Our 400 years didn't start then. The 400 years of the curse that we would be under did not start at 70 AD. It started later. It started in 1619, around that time, right? But we've always been in Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble started once we went against Christ. Jacob's trouble started when we said, we choose Barabbas, crucify him. Jacob's trouble. We have been in bondage by our captors for so long. That's why they even say in the Bible, is Israel a homeborn slave? Is Israel, are they a slave? Are they just supposed to be in bondage all of their existence? No. We have paid for the things that we have done as a people. The curse has been taken off. Now there will be individual people that will continue to sin and they still continue. I'm not saying that you won't pay for sin anymore if they're Israelite, but the whole, as the nation, the curse that was placed over us it's over. That's why now the world is in the state that it's in, and it started in 2019. Shortly after, in 2020, what happened to the world? Remember what happened in 2020? The jab, remember that? Remember that? People don't know the ramifications of that thing, which is going to show up in the near future and is starting now, where people are just going to be perishing because of some unknown thing that's going on inside of their body. But it's because of that stuff. People have now been made to be an antenna. So that stuff that's inside of them is now going to allow them to be tracked. Now that people are going to be able to be under the control of some unseen hand that's in this, that these people have ability to harm and to hurt and even kill by the push of a button, because of the thing that you put inside your body. But I'm not gonna go off on that. 2020 is when, right after 2019, and then all of a sudden the world, all the wars now, you're seeing all these governments just acting completely crazy now. All these fires happening everywhere in the rapid succession speed in which it's happening. This stuff wasn't happening before 2019. I mean, the world was bad and it was getting worse, but come on, there was a semblance of normalcy to where you could live your day to day and not see some catastrophic, evil, terrifying thing that happened on the news in this country or this country or this country. Now it's just every single day. People don't know where to associate. People don't know how to link these things together. They don't know why this stuff is happening. They're not doing their due diligence and then going back and say, okay, this started happening when that time happened. After 2019 is when all this happened. The way it's happening, the speed, the strength of the evil that's happening. So, sorry, go on a tangent. 3-body problem, talking about human possession, people seeing things, witnessing things from the spiritual realm that no one else can see, having experiences. Maybe a person has an experience, some amazing experience that's evil, some weird experience in front of some other person, and that person doesn't see and know what's going on right in front of them. 2 people standing in the same place. One person is going through a horrific spiritual experience, seeing things that ain't natural. The person that's next to them don't even acknowledge it, don't see it at all. What are you talking about? Because this is those times. The spiritual stuff now shall cause men's hearts to fail for fear. They shall be now catapulted in a realm within a realm, where one person is experiencing some spiritual abnormality, while the person next to them sees nothing, knows nothing, doesn't understand. Or maybe they do, is what I'm telling you, they do, but they're not going to do anything about it because of the spirit that's in the world now. The evil spirits that have now been unleashed on this earth, it's now attaching to people that have not the relationship with Christ. So now they're becoming conduits for demonic spirits to come into them, so they might know you're going through something that no one else can see. No one else can see. A person next to you will know you're going through something, but they will do nothing to help you. They will not bat an eye. They will not alert anyone, because they are also on that side. They've also made covenants with Satan's kingdom. They've also made deals with Satan's kingdom in their own spare time, right? Doing rituals and seances and doing kundalini worship and ancestral worship, playing with tarot cards and Ouija boards, right? Witches and warlocks in your midst, next that you have befriended, unknowing that they are a witch or a warlock, unknowing that they get their power by causing you to have torment, by putting spells on you and roots on you, not knowing who these people are because you're so accepting of everyone. And so now, because of the state of the world, this is now going to be the overarching environment. This is going to be the overarching experience of the world, the people of the world, not knowing who is who, not knowing if that's your friend or your foe, not knowing if that person is secretly saying things or doing things against you in secret that is causing your life to fall apart. Your life is falling apart. Your relationships are falling apart. You're losing your job. You're losing your finances. Your peace of mind is gone. Why? Because maybe that person that you have befriended is a witch or a warlock, or maybe even a fallen angel in human skin that you think is a human that is nothing but a fallen angel that is deceiving you, that is leading you down the broad road, that's leading you away from the narrow road, which is of Christ and our Father, who said, Father Yah, right? And you don't know because you don't have discernment. You take everything as it is. You see to believe. When the Most High God says, you shall live by faith, the just shall live by faith. So you have to believe in faith, in his word. You have to fill your cup with oil. Oil is the toiling of man that seeks and loves the king. Oil is the toiling. When he says fill your cup with oil, that means you toil in him. That means you're working in the field. That means you're denying your flesh of the sin that it wants to do. That means you are seeking him, seeking his kingdom and his righteousness, so that all things can be added into you. That means in these wicked times where all these evil things are happening that make no sense to you, life is changed and different. This means you are working to be aligned with that one, the one that came, that died at Calvary and rose on the third day, that shed his blood for you, that you're learning about who he is, reading his word, meditating on his word, right? Binding demonic spirits, casting these evil spirits down to the abyss, right? That you're fasting, you're praying. This is what toiling is. This is what filling your cup with oil is. This is what is needed now. You're going to see more movies. Like I said, I'm getting ready to end it. More movies will come out, which will show you what this whole end times puzzle is about. All these sci-fi movies you see, and not just sci-fi, because they always put little things in movies and TV shows, even comedies, about Christ in the last days. They're always telling you about the children of Israel, but they don't, of course, they will never just come out and just say the children. Well, maybe they will now. Because as we get closer, I'm gonna end it right here. As mankind gets closer to the end, the enemy will become more emboldened. The enemy will become more arrogant. He will become more enriched in his evil, that he will say, you know what, I'll just let them know everything in this movie. The message that we give them in this movie will tell you the Negro are the children of Israel. They'll tell you that the fallen angels are actually already here. They'll tell you that Christ is the enemy and he's the one we're against. They're just gonna tell you now. Before, it was just some veil that they always put on these movies, and even music videos, where you didn't really know where they were coming from. You had a sense that it wasn't right. You're like, are they talking bad about Christ here? Are they saying that the children of Israel are not those people over there in that place that claim to be those people? Are these other people, the Negroes, are they really the children of Israel? You always had this ambiguity, right, when you're watching movies. And if you're somebody that's anyways close, shape, or form spiritual, you say you're spiritual. You say you read the Bible. You say you have a relationship with God. And you've been like, oh, is that video really saying that? No, it's not saying that. No, I'm tripping. That's conspiracy. I'm not going for that. But now, in these last days, how stuff is rapidly moving, they're going to just reveal it to you. And then after they reveal it to you, and you realize that you have been deceived and you don't have the oil, you can't turn on and off your relationship with Christ. Let me say that again. Mankind cannot turn on and off their relationship with Christ. You got to work. You got to be studying your word on a daily, denying your flesh, carrying your cross, denying yourself of the sin it wants to do, seeking him, reading his word, getting that relationship. So then when the stuff hits the fan in full force, which is going to, you are ready. You are prepared. You will stand. He says, when you've done all you can do to stand, stand. You will be that person. You can't just turn on and off when you want to. Okay, now I understand. It's you're going to wait to the last moment to where stuff in the world is so horrible and so perplexing and so other, to where now you can't seek the Most High God because you're full of fear, because you don't believe anything other than what your eyes see. So then when that stuff hits the fan, you're going to all of a sudden say, okay, now I'll serve Christ. That's not, you were set up. It's like a setup if you get to that place. That's why right now we have to be seeking him more than we ever sought him in our life. And here's the last thing. When you start to see your enemies fall, and they will, and when I'm talking about your enemies, I'm talking about if you are serving Christ. I'm not talking about you're doing evil and you did evil to somebody else and then they come against you or they fall, something happens to them, right? And you're like, oh yeah, praise God. No. If you are a servant of the Most High God, and you're obeying him, and you're walking righteously before him, you're seeking his kingdom, you're truly doing. And when you start to see your enemies fall, like the Bible says that your enemies will fall, he says, I shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler, from the noisome pestilence. I shall deliver you from your strong enemy, from the violent man. He says that those that rage against you shall be disgraced, ashamed, be as nothing and perish. So your enemy will perish. Be not afraid of the vast army, for the battle is not yours, but it is his. When you see your enemies perish, don't glory in that. Don't say good. Well, I'm so happy. Say some curse word about this. Just start to, you should fall. I hate you. You should have. No, that means that you are in danger of the judgment. You don't joy when your enemy falls. You don't say, oh, who cares? I'm glad they fell. No, you're in a position of being a light in the world. You pray for those that maybe the Most High God will save them, because that's who he is. He is the lover of our soul. Christ does not seek for anyone to be perished. So we, as being his children, are also to walk in the same manner. When your enemies are going through, and you know that they're going through because of the evil they've been doing in their life, even the evil they've been doing to you, you don't joy over it. You don't say, oh, I'm so glad. And if that's who you are, you need to check yourself and ask yourself if you are truly God's. Because if you are joying over your enemy perishing, having a joy that comes up over your enemies falling, you don't have the right spirit. And I say that not as trying to be a weak man, saying, oh yeah, I want my enemies to be able to do whatever they want and come against me and do evil and have nothing. No, that's foolishness. That is not what I'm saying. I am saying that the Spirit of the Most High God wants all mankind to be saved. He does not even want his enemies to fall going to that place. You know where that place is? There's no hope. There's no hope for anything. There's only pain. There's misery, and it happens forever and ever and ever of being apart from the one, the Christ, apart from the Father. You should not want anyone to go through that. If you're a targeted individual, you should not want anyone to go through the stuff that we've gone through. The stuff that true targeted individuals have gone through in this world, from the spiritual realm, also from the physical realm. You shouldn't want anyone in this world to go through that evil that you've gone through. That was only given to you. That experience has only been given to us because the Most High God could have took us out. Going through all this stuff and all of this crazy situations with gang stalkers following you, watching you, maybe even poisoning your food, lying on you, trying to manipulate people around you to turn against you, doing evil in ways in which is unthinkable, right? We've gone through that. And the Most High God saw that and allowed us to, check this out, live. He allowed us to still remain. He allowed us to not get resentful towards these people. So where you might have been mad, you get greatly upset, but he allowed your heart to remain supple, to remain without that evil, to where you're like seeking revenge. You want to go out and hurt that person now. You want to go out and try to do this and repay them for what they've done, right? That's not of God. You should be amazingly proud and just joyful that the Most High God allowed you to have a heart that didn't do that, because that's what your enemies seek for you to do. They are baffled and they don't understand why you're not trying to come against them. They are baffled by the fact that you will not come against them the way they came against you. And check this out, listen. When you don't come against your enemy in the ways in which they came against you, and you still praise the Most High God and show him love and show these people love and compassion, and you pray for them, you have possibly won a soul over to Christ, because they're only doing nothing but watching us. They're seeing if we are truly who we say we are. Are you truly of God? I'm doing all this evil to you, but you don't come against me. You don't try to get revenge. You're still walking in light, and you're still loving people. And oh my gosh, that is like that's something that just destroys them. So your enemies, like when you bless your enemies, you're putting hot coals on them. But check this out. They'll see the power that you're walking in. They'll associate that power you're walking into the true God, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because you're going to be saying it. You're going to be saying, I give all praise and all honor and glory to the Most High God, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the name of his son, Yahushua HaMashiach. Some of you call him Jesus. But you'll be saying that, and they'll hear it. And they'll say, okay, this power, there must be something to him, because this person still has not turned away from their power, regardless of everything that I am doing to them, and everything I know that those that are like me are doing to them, because these people are hive-minded. These people have the same mind. They walk in the same spirit because of the hive mind that is in them. So these people can hear things you hear, see things you're seeing, because they have lying wonder powers. The Bible talks about people that have lying wonder powers. This will be taken away from them in the last times, which is now. But right now, they're operating in those powers. These witches, warlocks that see and know things that are other about people that they should not be able to know. These are nothing but witches and warlocks with familiar spirits and monitoring spirits. It's in the Bible. Go back in the book where David and Saul, King Saul, he went to look for, he needed the answer to know if he was going to be destroyed, if Israel was going to win this battle. So he sought the advice from a witch. So there's witches, and this witch had information from him, right, for him. And he accepted this information from this witch. Of course, he was judged because of that and lost his rulership. He lost his glory from God, from the Most High God. And David was later made king. But these people, these witches and warlocks, have been in our reality since the inception of reality, right? Since near, for so long, right? For generations. So these ones exist. But if you show them the Christ in you, if you show them that I'm not going to fall regardless of what, I'm going to stand in Christ. I'm going to trust in Christ. Who says this is easy? A good man falls many times, 70 times, many times. This is just paraphrasing, but they get up. The spirit in the soul, the spirit in you must be real, and it's only real when you have the renewing of your mind. When you have the renewing of your mind, and you're reading His Word, and you're putting that oil in that cup, you are becoming strong and battle tested. You're becoming right and ready for the battle that's to come. And these wicked ones will see it, and guess what? They will give honor and glory to your God, not in the way in which we probably would. They're not going to praise Him and do it, but they're going to acknowledge that His power is greater than the power that they have, which is glory and honor to God. Because they're seeing that the one that is able to do this amazing thing in you, to keep your heart from turning and becoming evil, to keep you with a forward outlook. He said, the Bible says we don't look in the past, we move forward to the high calling of Christ. These ones against you are seeing you do that. And so they're indirectly giving honor and glory and praise to our God, which is He's the one, by acknowledging that only His power could bring you through that. And He is a jealous God. He wants glory. He wants praise because of who He is. Because we are nothing but filthy rags before Him. We're flesh and blood. We are nothing if not Him and His love for us. I'm not saying we're nothing, but unless He's for us, everyone can be against us and succeed. But if He be for us, who can be against us? No one. Go watch Three Body Problem. I know I went off on a tangent, but this is what the Spirit does. Sometimes you're talking about one thing and it takes you many different directions, but you know what I'm talking about. Love you. Blessings to you. Please subscribe to this channel. When you push the subscribe button, the bell, it'll say all. I just ask you that you push all so that when I make a video, you'll be notified. If you push the bell, the subscribe button, and you don't push the all after it, you may not get my notifications and get my videos. So every time I make a video, you will be notified if you push the subscribe button and then push the bell, and push all. Also, like, share, subscribe, push the thumbs up. And if you would like to donate to this channel, it always helps out. You can go to Cash App. You see the thing scrolling on the bottom. It's $ Judah J Talks 144. That's $ JUDAHJ TALKS 144. Okay? And I'll be making another video pretty soon. Notice the Most High has been I believe He's just been leading me to make these videos lately. But once again, I don't make videos every day because I know that I'm not inspired by the Most High God to make a video every day. But if He inspires me to make a video, I will make a video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Once again, please rewind the video. Go back and scroll back. Listen to this video again. Share this video. Like, share, subscribe. And until next time, you guys. Until next time, I will see you later. Shalom.
You can feel my love. You can feel my.
That's the magnetic essence of the twisted Freud. Boys, the big boys, the expensive suits, the agendas, the crush the will of the truth. And to go the misplaced perceptions, red for the dead spun like threads. Against kids in the Gen X meds, fight for the mental, lead voices, the backs to slow down and make foul. The brainwaves of Zion, only dying but Orion got the deity thoughts, the new age hopes, blotted and wrapped. Token and hijack message that led you to get casted and locked and trapped in a pack of cognizant dissonant scraps. But we pack strength and backpacks with holes so the foe can't go up the road and
get stuck in the stagnant motion. No emotion, lost in the sauce, and trying to pay no cost to rise above the flaws. This is that story paid for and sold like the oldest trick you could ever know. Figure it, but still, the drip of bad dreams and frequencies and misdirected by deities, dispelled chains without an ounce of love. The blood of sacrifice is the price he paid to protect us from the well-thought-out rage that's claimed to trap us in the maze. But you ain't getting fazed by that, is you? You ain't getting fazed by that, is ya?
You can't feel my love. You